Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Welcome back to the B&E Podcast. Welcome back to the B&E Podcast. My name's Ethan.
My name's Ben.
And this is episode 8. Gosh dang it. Today we're going to be remembering Samuel Rowland, who actually dropped out
of college.
Dang it, that was going to be a good intro. That was going to be funny.
All right, let's start over right now, but don't restart.
Okay, welcome back to the B&E Podcast. This is episode 8. My name is Ethan.
My name is Ben.
We are broadcasting to you
live.
Semi-live.
Pre-recorded from our dorm room.
Room 505. Don't you forget it.
Don't you forget it. It'll be on the test.
Oh, yeah, that's what we should do, is have share little tidbits, and then we should have we should have a quiz at the end.
Ooh, that's good.
To test
reading comprehension.
The ladies and gentlemen out there.
Listening comprehension.
Yeah.
So yeah, Sammy dropped out of college. It's sad, but it was
fun while it lasted.
Yeah, it was.
We got some knocks here and there.
Yep.
And
some fun times.
But
he's down at the shipyard now.
Yeah. Can you
at the meat processing plant?
Yeah. He's what, man? Meat processing plant.
Yeah. That would suck. Handling meat all day.
What would a worker do at a meat processing plant?
So the meat comes in, you tenderize it, you Rocky it. You ever seen Rocky?
Yeah, doesn't he just punch? Actually, I haven't seen Rocky, but I know of his, he punches it, right?
Yeah, he punches the meat.
As a training.
Yeah.
As a training thing.
Yeah.
I don't know. What are some other things you've heard about martial arts training? As far as I know the sand.
I've seen some stuff.
I know the sand. You get a bucket of sand.
You try to eat it?
No, don't try to eat it. Yeah, trying to increase your digestive
prowess.
Fortitude.
Fortitude.
You get a bucket of sand and then you just punch it.
Whoa.
You start and you put your fingertips on it, and then it's like a 1 inch. It's like you just
1 inch punch.
1 inch punch, but you just go with the sand.
Dang.
I've
seen some crazy stuff that monks have done.
Like what?
I don't know if I can mention it on the podcast. No, I'm gonna mention it.
I don't know either.
Okay, so I saw this video censored, but so this guy was stacked up and he had his legs spread, and then another monk was hanging, holding on to his genitalia and hanging from it. Yeah. And then the guy was doing what's that thing where you move your arms? Meditation.
It's is it Tai Chi?
Yeah, something like that. He was doing Tai Chi while this other guy was hanging onto his male parts.
I've seen something like that too, except it's just a row of monks, and then there's a person that goes down the line and kicks right between the legs.
What's the point of that?
What is it? Just
it's a weird flex, but okay.
It's
and that is your daily meme from Ben.
I don't. Are you just supposed to dissociate yourself from pain? Is that the idea?
I think so. That pain is just a mental thing.
Pain is, yeah, and you're just, man, is it though?
I don't know.
Especially that, stuff like that, especially what you said, could leave some serious damage.
They're not gonna have kids anyway.
Leave some, yeah, but it's just you could probably damage something other than your reproductive system down there. Could seriously mess up the tubes.
Yeah.
The works.
The works, yeah. All right, so that was our first segment on male genitalia that we opened this podcast with. Moving right on. So my cousin told me about this thing called, I think it's pronounced Lytton contest. Lyttle Lytton, Lyttle Lytton.
And what is the Lytton contest?
So the annual Butler Lytton fiction contest challenges errands to pen the world's most atrocious first line to a novel.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. We can't say that one on the podcast.
No, that is really good though.
That's funny.
Now it's the first
sentence of the novel. It's the
first sentence of the novel.
Okay, so it goes back to 2001. The winners do. So you want to just pick a year and we'll read something?
Yeah, for sure. Let's say, do you want to start from the beginning and see what...
Let's do 2002, because we already kind of looked at 2001.
Okay, 2002, let's see.
All right. The pain wouldn't stop, and Vern still had 3 cats left.
That is so interesting. I think the best ones are going to be ones that leave a lot to the imagination. Yeah. Or it's like you try to figure out as a reader what exactly is happening.
Oh, this is a good one. But Gran was once again lost in quiet reminiscence, or perhaps her epilepsy. Oh.
Gordon strove to be a nice pimp.
That's good. I like that.
Maria's flossing was now complete.
Herein lurk delegitimized power structures and epistemological straitjackets and stuff.
Oh, I'm not sure about that one.
I don't know. That's.
So what do the winners? So people submit their worst first lines of a novel. And what happens? What happens then?
So
it gets written into a novel.
I guess these guys, or the guy that runs the website, just like picks them and then publishes them on this website. Because whoa, is there a ghost in here?
Very unique sound for a
ghost to make.
Yeah.
All right, let's go on to 2003.
2003, let's see it.
For centuries, man had watched the clouds. Now they were watching him.
Wow, that one's cool.
That's meta.
It was just like Jack the Ripper, only this time Jack was a she and possibly some form of time traveler.
It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. I know that's a contradiction, but bear with me.
There's some pretty clever ones.
Sing, O Muse, of Tiffany's Wrath on Triple Coupon Day. Michael had always wanted to lactate. I really hope you like this book because I wrote the whole thing totally naked. That's a strategy for writing a novel, I'd say.
Writing it naked?
Yeah.
Why? Because it brings out the human.
Yeah, and you're vulnerable while you're writing it. You know?
And so you're a little bit
on edge.
You're a little bit hesitant.
Hesitant, yeah.
It's a little bit more real.
Yeah. It's visceral.
I should try to draw tonight completely naked.
All right, I'll stay out of the room while you do that one. So what? Ethan's doing this thing. It's called Inktober.
Inktober. So you just get. It's like a 30. You know, there's always. Well, I guess not there's always been, but I think it's been going on for a while. Kind of like. Challenge. Like there's writing challenges, drawing challenges, and the idea of it is you get prompts for every day of the month, and then you're given but they're very open, they're very general, and so you can kind of just go, every person's gonna have a different interpretation, and so Inktober is one that goes over the month of October, and you just it gives you 30 what?
So I'm just reading these.
Okay, so you get a set of words, and then you just kind of go with it. So I guess it's been a day.
Ring.
Oh yeah, the first one. So the first one out of the 31 prompts that you get the first one was ring, and so there were a lot of ones that just kind of were like, just the shape of the general picture was in a ring. There was actual rings. There's the ring of the bell. That's what you mentioned. There were a few of those. But yeah, that's the context of my drawing naked joke.
This is the story of your mom's life.
Whoa.
That's deep.
I like that one a lot.
This one?
The dame had balls. You had to give her that. And a Jetta. Is a Jetta a car?
I don't know.
I'm gonna look that up.
I know who the murderer is, Kevin blogged.
I think a Jetta's a car.
Critics are calling me a fat cat, viciously ignoring the fact that I have been working out.
Oh, it's kind of just an average looking car. Oh, I guess it looks kind of nice. Volkswagens.
Here's one. Boy, oh man, you're gonna like this book. Boy, howdy. Book. Man, oh man, you're gonna like this book. Boy, howdy.
RJ told me that Volkswagen vans, like those old Volkswagen vans, they get better gas mileage than a Prius.
What does?
Like those old Volkswagen.
Oh, like the hippie vans?
That's what I was imagining. I'm like a best Volkswagen.
Once again, one we can't mention on the podcast, unfortunately.
Yeah, that one's a good one. Volkswagen best Volkswagen gas mileage. That seems the Volkswagen Golf 36 highway MPG. I don't think he was talking about a car that was that new. He said old. Is a Volkswagen buggy buggy, is that a thing?
Like a dune buggy?
Buggy. Oh, the first one was gas mileage.
Oh, like a bug. Like a beetle.
Bug. Gas mileage. I don't know, 33, 34. We'd have to get the stats from the man himself.
The door dilated. This is in the future where doors dilate instead of opening the way they do now.
Oh, that's cool. It's like a footnote. That one was written in the form of a footnote.
Crime, declared the police captain, is everywhere. Crime, crime.
I like these. They kind of remind me. They don't make a lot of sense, which kind of reminds me of blackout poems.
Yeah.
Like how you end up with kind of.
Poetic Paris with his pâtés et bourgeois, tiramisu and adios.
What? No. Poetic Paris with his pâtés and bourgeois, tiramisu and ahua. How do you pronounce those? Pâtés. Is pâtés and what is that word?
Bourgeois.
Tiramisu and ahua. I like the for the J's. It's a very what is that?
It makes you seem more sophisticated.
You know, I don't think French is that bad of a language.
Yeah, but too bad it's French.
La. I would enjoy saying "le" before every word in a sentence. Le desk.
Le podcast.
Le podcast.
Le podcast.
Le podcast. I think you cut off the second half of the words. I think that's the rule.
Yeah.
English to French translation, you just say "lay" and then you cut off the back half of whatever word you're trying to say. So like couch, le cow.
Le cow.
Which would raise a what is cow in French?
Cow.
Le cow. Le cow.
Le cow.
Le cow. Which is awkward because then like car and cow are the same word in French.
What?
Le cow. Le cow.
Le ca, le co.
Le co. Le co. Le ca. There we go. You just finished Intro to French 101.
Here's your diploma.
That one's...
The king of ketchups was being dethroned, and I wanted an explanation.
What? The king of ketchup. Is that Heinz?
I think so.
The king of ketchup. Heinz. I think Heinz is making condiments now that are mixed. It's like there's mustard and mayonnaise mixed or ketchup and something.
Little did Beethoven know on that cold December morning in 1770 that he was about to be born.
You should try to make a short story.
Ooh.
With the intro line of some of these. That would be fun.
That would be fun.
Really good. That would be like not a lot.
That's a good writing exercise.
Yeah.
I should tell Scott about that.
Is that your?
That's my teacher.
Scott.
We just call him Scott because he writes up on the board. He says he writes Scott right on the board.
Oh yeah.
And then someone's like, "Is that your first or your last name?" And he goes, "Oh, that's my first name. My last name is Guild, but I don't want you to call me Dr. Guild because that's my dad's name."
There's something about calling a teacher by their first name that's very satisfying.
Really?
Yeah, because my recitation teacher his first name's Kyle, and I really enjoy just calling him by his first name. I guess that's, well, he didn't, like, I don't think it's disrespectful because he didn't give us his last name. So we just kind of call him Kyle, and it feels very appropriate.
I found a really good one that kind of speaks to me. At 16, Ben understood the emotional depth of the world around him, and he had a number of respectable poems to prove it.
Oh, that one's...
This one?
That one's kind of funny.
Pika-chu, thought Pikachu.
Well, because it's like there's thought in between. Because that's the only word Pikachu really says. So he's like, Pika-chu, thought Pikachu. So it's like he's pondering.
Deep space, the silence of the void. Shh.
Do you want to pick one of these and then
Deborah walked briskly down the street with pants on her legs.
You want to try to maybe choose...
Wait, what? You gonna say that one?
It's so funny. Ooh la la. Whispered Larry in French. Do you want to pick one of these and elaborate on it?
Yeah.
I don't know how we're going to narrate it into a story, but let's pick one of these and try to flesh it out a little bit.
Okay. Let's see. The door, which had been left open a few inches, was ajar. Okay, let's go to 2010. Splashy the whale smiled secretively, flapping his flappers and swimming.
Whoa, the meteor formed a crater, vampires crawling out of the crater.
This is a story about a racist hero who dies at the end, probably painfully since he'll get shot in the face. What?
You were the greatest... What in the world? You were the greatest human in the world, the dragon told the boy, who desperately wanted to be a dragon too. What?
This is a mystery about a murder I committed. Murder is the most terrible crime of them all, the police commissioner thought to himself as he loitered purposefully near the deli counter.
Weird. How many... Do you think there's another... What, this is very unique. So this has been going on since...
2001.
2001. This has been going on since 2001. I'm sure there...
Can't say that one on the podcast.
All the best ones.
I know.
That one's pretty funny.
Yeah. I'm skipping past the longer ones.
Oh, yeah.
Even though they're probably really funny.
Because what's the limit? What's the word limit?
25 words.
Okay, so 25 words. Street punks.
David Becker had never held a gun, but he was holding one now.
I think that's like a normal sentence I've read in a book before.
Suicide Squad?
Maybe Suicide Squad. I feel like that's a very straightforward sentence.
Yeah.
That's not too bad.
Well, on the next podcast, we should come back with our own words. Our own sentences. 25.
Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. If you had to be a culture's like trademarked warrior.
Wait, start over. What?
If you had to be a culture's trademarked warrior, like what would you be? And what I mean by that,
I know.
Is like Japan. You have the samurai.
Ninjas.
Oh wait, what's samurai? Japan?
Yeah. And then the ninjas fought the samurai.
In Japan.
Yeah.
Shoot. Well, I guess I was.
What about pirates? Where do pirates come from?
That's tough. Where do they come from? What would the region around is there a region around the Caribbean? What is that region? Would it just be...
Where is the Caribbean?
I have no earthly idea. let's I'm going to back down from the cultures part of that sentence and just say if you had to be like a trademark, not even a warrior, like a trademark, like, like ninja, samurai, pirate, Viking. What are some other ones?
Mongolian.
Like a Mongolian.
Yeah.
It's like saying like a race of people. Like, how would you define the Mongols? Because like all the other ones have like they're like a class almost. You know, they have a very specific skill set.
Like Mongols are really, really good at killing things.
Like bum rushing. So what would the difference between them and like the Vikings be? The Vikings were on ships.
The Vikings were white.
And the Mongols were not.
They are Asian.
Okay, so like Mongols are like land-faring Asian pirates.
Yes. Who took over the known world.
Whoa, did they?
Yeah.
Did they have a presence everywhere?
Pretty much, I think. We could very well, if something didn't happen, we could be living in Mongol times right now. As in if something went awry in history.
Something weird, yeah. Do you think there's a turn that could have been taken in history where we would remain in like right now we would be like 200, 300 years back? Mm-hmm. Oh, like we're not like technology didn't advance and we're just kind of like living in a constant state of like medieval times.
I guess if electricity was never invented.
Electricity kind of jump-started a lot of stuff, didn't it?
Yeah, the mechanical revolution.
Industrial
revolution.
Maybe mechanical revolution is the thing. I think I would want to be a pirate. Pirates are
pretty, but they had a lot of diseases though. Like they had scurvy and.
I would want to be a healthy pirate.
They didn't have good teeth.
I would want to be a healthy pirate. You hear some of the stuff that Blackbeard did, like had going for him.
He like burned his hair and stuff.
Yeah, he would put fuses in his hair before they like boarded.
Jeez.
And so his whole like beard and hair would just smoke, and he'd look like a lot of people thought he was like Lucifer, like the devil.
I mean, I think so. I mean, some guy
came crazy, and I think it was fire. How tall was Blackbeard? Because I think he was
5'9".
I was thinking like, yeah, how tall?
The detective could smell the murder on his knife.
He's 6'5".
6'5"?
Yeah, he was an animal.
Jeez, what a beast.
220.
220? What percent body fat?
He is huge. What do you mean, where's Blackbeard's head hung?
Oh, yeah, because he got decapitated at one point, I think.
Is it still there?
I don't think so.
Killed in action. I think he was the thing. Okay, yeah. So he's the fuses. He's 6'5", 220. Probably not a lot of body fat.
He's a lineman.
He's giant.
Yeah.
I mean, he's probably one of the most imposing figures. I would want to get like a lineup of all the most like dangerous
human beings.
Yeah, most infamous.
Influential.
Throughout history.
Dangerous beings.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. So Blackbeard's 6'5". He has fuses in his hair. Some people considered him to be the literal devil. He would challenge his own crewmates to stay in a room. he would challenge his own crewmates to like a smoke out in one of the rooms on his ship, and they would light a fire in one of the rooms, and it would get smoked out, and whoever could stay in there the longest won. And he would stay in there so long with other people that they died.
Oh my gosh. Weird flex, but okay.
And yeah, I mean,
thank you for tuning in to Ben's meme of the day. Timely meme of the day.
That's been 2 of them now. You can you're only allowed 1.
Oh, dang it.
But I think the way he died, he got shot like 4 times. I think he got stabbed, and he continued. No, I think did he get shot first, or did he get stabbed first?
Let's find out.
Let's see. Yeah, get his
No, I don't.
Get the description of it, because he continued fighting and killing people after he had gotten shot and stabbed.
How he lost his head.
I think he got killed by a...
Oh, he got killed by that guy who looks like doesn't... No, I don't think he got killed by that guy.
Black... Oh, okay, so he was in a trap.
He is very imposing.
Yeah, in that picture he's huge. Okay,
I want to have a beard like Blackbeard.
Okay, so Blackbeard sustained a terrible pummeling before finally succumbing. He fell with 5 shots in him and 20 dismal cuts in several parts of his body. I wish we... Oh, look at him there. It certainly looks dismal. Look, he's killing a guy.
Oh my gosh.
Right as he's
killing him. He's taking him with him.
Okay, so... Yeah, Blackbeard was kind of cool. I'd want to be a pirate.
Yeah.
It seems like a life. Besides the...
Pirate's life for Ethan.
Besides all the disease and, like, ships being destroyed by other ships and water, like, getting sunk.
Yeah.
I would not want to die in the sea.
No, that would suck. Like, walking the plank.
That's horrible.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Oh, did you end up looking up the top? Most.
No, I couldn't find it. It gave me the Wikipedia article for nihilism. So, I googled top figures in human history that you would not want to get in a fight with.
The most dangerous people in history.
Oh yeah, that's good. Google.
Six most. I wonder if this is going to be current.
Probably. I don't want current.
No. What's number 1? Let's read the number 1.
Yeah, it's... Hold on. I want to try to...
Oh. What'd they say? Oh, this is going to give us, like... communist rulers.
Yeah.
Who, did, mass...
who just
mass
said,
genocide.
Yeah. I'm talking about people that you want to get in a fight with. You know what I mean?
Right,
because I guarantee I could beat the crap out of Kim Jong-un. Like, I could... If I got in a fight with that guy...
You think so?
Oh, yeah. What's he, 5'2"?
He's probably been trained in something.
No.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's Korean.
That's... Well, I mean, what martial art have the Koreans developed?
He's 5'7". But that is probably overstated.
You think so?
Yeah, because everything else about his life is overstated. What? Donald Trump's 6'3"?
That's so tall.
Kim Jong-il is 5'3", though.
Is that his son?
That's his dad. That's his dad, yeah.
Yeah, we don't want communist people. That doesn't count.
No,
we want people who are on their own manhandled a few people here and there.
Here we go. Greatest warriors.
There we go. Oh, Spartacus.
Oh, Alaric the Visigoth. Count Roland. Horatius Cocles.
Read the top one.
Top one?
That sounds cool.
The Visigoth?
Yeah.
He sacked Rome.
Okay. That's pretty neat.
Whoa.
Vercingetorix. Whoa. Revered in France as its first national hero, Vern managed to unite several sovereign Celtic tribes to do battle against the aggressive.
Is it Celtic or Celtic?
That's a good question. I think it may be Celtic.
I think it might be Celtic.
Celtic. Yeah, I think it's for sure Celtic.
All right, William Wallace. William Wallace, my man.
Whoa, look at that. Look at that. Basil the Second. Basil the Second.
What? He's holding a picture of the Virgin Mary.
Oh, wow. The burglar slayer. Was one of the most brutal, ruthless emperors in history. Thus his nickname. That's interesting.
Attila the
Hun. What did he do?
He was
notorious for his fierce gaze.
Whoa.
He frequently rolled his eyes. What? As if in pleasure at the terror he inspired. What does it mean by that? Crazy rolls? Mean? Whoa,
crazy? I don't know. Eric Bloodaxe.
Oh my gosh.
Norwegian prince, independent king of York.
Oh man, the most legendary names in Viking history. Thanks to his bravery and
Arminius.
Viking spirit.
Militates.
That guy looks cool.
Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, Vlad. Read his
Sun
thing.
Tzu.
What did he do? Who's Sun Tzu?
He's
Sun
Art
Tzu
of
the
War.
guy who wrote
the Art of War, yeah.
Oh, better known as Dracula. Oh, Vlad the Impaler did some.
Yeah, he's the guy that
stuff.
put people on stakes while they were still alive.
Yeah.
Africanus.
Wild. We don't have people like this anymore.
No.
Have you seen those Vice documentaries on the people in Africa?
Yeah, the warlords in Africa.
Yeah, that's crazy.
They they recruit child soldiers, right, and force them to kill their parents and eat their bodies. That's messed up.
Crazy. There's some crazy stuff going down there. I thought that's at Hannibal Buress. Are we working towards number 1?
Yeah.
Richard Lionheart. That sounds cool.
Courage and daring. So it said he was famous. Lionheart was famous for his courage and daring. Nowadays, that would be a mental disorder. He's unable to feel fear.
Is that what he said?
Pretty much.
Look at this guy.
Miyamoto Musashi. Oh my gosh, the guy from Nintendo?
Oh my word. Was a skillful Japanese swordsman and invincible Ronin?
Whoa.
What?
Numerous duels from the age of 13.
Late in life, after he had perfected his two swords fighting style, he ascended a mountain and wrote the definitive treatise on the Zen of
decapitation.
What?
That's on the Book of Five Rings.
That's probably the coolest thing I've ever heard in my life. The Zen of decapitation.
And he wrote it on a mountain.
What?
Julius Caesar.
No, when are things like that going to happen?
Genghis Khan.
Ever again? Alexander. That's boring.
Yeah,
I wanted like a Japanese guy at the end.
Yeah. This guy should have been number 1. Miyamoto Musashi.
Yeah, that's awesome. That's a cool story.
Yeah.
Man, that's unfortunate.
Let's look up if we can get that on Amazon.
That book?
Yeah, the Book of Five Rings. No.
Your suggested has been swamped by Dungeons and Dragons books.
Yeah. Yep, there it is. The Book of Five Rings by Miyamoto Musashi.
It's only $6.
Yeah, paperback.
Read the synopsis or whatever they...
Miyamoto Musashi takes the reader into a world filled to the brim with devotion, self-respect, discipline, honesty, and the purity of thought. Written for warriors. It's like a self-help book, kind of.
For warriors.
For warriors, yeah.
So this was originally titled The Zen of Decapitation?
I guess. I feel like books like these don't help anybody in like the American army. Because would you call them warriors? Like they're soldiers, right? But they're not like warriors. Like I think of warriors as like people with swords and battle axes and stuff.
I wouldn't say that. And just because it's become so everything's so modern. Yeah. I would definitely. I mean, soldiers and so that gives the idea of more. Warrior is more individual.
Yeah.
It's it's an individual practice. That's what I think. Soldier is more in a group, which is I think is, it's units, it's squadrons, and so I think I would say that I don't think I'd call modern like military. I don't think I would call them warriors. I think they're more.
Because I mean, warriors like lived a life of like there was no
devote. I mean, it was a different time. It's like
it's totally a different time.
It's not like you're going into the military to come back.
Yeah, like
and what I mean by that is like you don't want to go in for a bit to get like schooling paid for, or you're only expected to be there for a little bit. At least for most part, because I know people still got drafted like into old militaries, but it wasn't for some. It's not the same at all.
Oh yeah, like they operate drones and stuff, and then bomb like children from 30,000 miles away or however far. 30,000. That's longer than the Earth, I think.
30,000 miles.
Yeah.
Around the circumference of the Earth.
Yeah, I wouldn't really call someone a warrior if they're just like if they're just like bombing kids from halfway across the world.
Right. Or even if it's like direct combat, like.
Yeah. Because I mean, there's something with guns. There's something not very personal.
Yeah, Warriors. I think of
like you're not really.
There's something with like. I don't want to say that like. It's not honorable to fight in the military.
Yeah.
But like, there's something about like guns is just too like black and white.
Yeah.
And I know like why, they're developed. It's an ease of like. It's efficient. I mean, a bullet can kill someone faster than a sword can.
Yeah.
But it took away sword play. It took away a lot of time and devotion to an art.
Yeah.
And so I think that goes towards what we're talking about. And it's just not the same.
And you're also looking at, like back then, it was dudes in armor with swords against dudes in armor with swords.
Now it's
guys with M16s, triple auto action barrel versus a couple guys in rags with sticks and rocks.
Right. Or like. Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And there was back then, there'd be the guys like in I'm sure Braveheart, where it was the rebels and they were farm boys or whatever, and they're going to fight against the.
Yeah, I'm sure that's what I was gonna say. I'm sure in history there are instances of people in armor and swords going against people with like literal sticks and rocks.
Yeah, literal sticks and rocks.
But it's so that like
they didn't have guns.
It's not guns. It's different.
Yeah,
it's different.
They didn't have drones.
No, they did not have drones. Man, if you could go back in time to watch just one era or one period of time, and just watch, you can go anywhere.
Oh, just watch.
You're not maybe it's like you're kind of you're like an omnipotent. You're kind of existing as like a being, and you're just watching everything unfold.
Ooh.
What would you watch?
Maybe in the 60s, like Vietnam.
Whoa.
That'd be crazy.
I'd watch feudal Japan.
That'd be cool.
I would want to watch an Asian country, I think.
Yeah. Because, like in Apocalypse Now, they're like, to us, we had a home to go to. For them, it was either win or death. Oh yeah. So what would you watch? You'd watch like I'd watch like the Viet Cong and stuff, and then just be the jungle. Right. And just like that's exactly what I'm saying. It's like you're aware of everything. Yeah. You get to see everything. Be omnipotent. Yeah. I would want to watch like things play out, because I'm sure that they're like politically, there's like things that happen in the background. Like people like betrayal. Yeah. Like people moving, and there's kind of agendas, side agendas. But it's so much more interesting because it's not modern. Yeah. It's so much, things develop, and it's like, it's either word of mouth, things are getting passed around by letters, like, which makes things more interesting. Like when I don't know how far ended up getting through Game of Thrones, but like. Not very far. People got word, a few days, a week. Oh yeah. A month after. And so things would like happen when they weren't supposed to happen, just because they're not up to date on information. So like just seeing all these things interact with each other, I want to see like a real battle. Yeah. A real battle of two sides. Two nations. You never see that. No. You never see maybe in Africa now. You're right. But even then they have guns. Yeah. They have guns. It's just like two sides that are physically being brought into existence, and then meeting each other. Meeting each other. Like 100 creepers versus 50 Endermen. But just like you see the two sides, there's command. There's people who are in command, and they go against they're fighting each other. And it's like, and then there's, you try to flank, they'll send like parties. There's people who are like picking people off. That's what I would want to see. Yeah. Just view this battle going on. Right. and then watching people's sanity drip.
It'd be crazy.
Drop.
It'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be absolutely insane.
Absolutely.
Architecture in those days were
pretty wild.
Wild too.
Pretty wildin'.
I would want to see everything. We're talking about we've gotten a decent way through in history, art history.
Oh yeah.
And imagining some of the things we looked at some structures in like Mesopotamia and like Greek. So like the Cycladic period. So you have like Cyclades, Mycenae,
Cyclopides.
Like Minoan, like
Cyclopidapalapades.
Like Minoan architecture, like all that stuff, and everything's like ruins now. So it's like, oh, that's just like houses and stuff that have been taken down. But like everything, they use paint, and it's like,
yeah.
So everything would have been like bustling, and they have all this stuff. I would want to go back and see that. Egypt, I want to go visit Egypt at some point in my life.
You know what'd be crazy? Going back in time and watching like two cavemen armies. Just like
you think that happened?
Just two warring tribes, just freaking going at it.
You think that happened?
I bet it did.
How brutal do you think that was?
Oh my gosh.
Do you think they had an idea of... What do you think their thoughts on death was?
I think it probably varied, but it was probably... They feared death, right? But they were so close to it at all times, like on the verge of it. You don't think they
thought about it?
I don't think they thought about it. Like on a primal level, they thought about it.
Do you think they really realized what was happening? I don't think so.
No.
At least for a bit.
No, the caveman battles would probably be so. Everything's nice and fine in this little tribe.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden they're just like and then they all start running in, and then they're pulling on the beat down, right? And then the warriors start grabbing their clubs and sticks and rocks, and then they're going at
used to hunt animals initially. Do you think?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be wild.
Messed up.
That would be messed up. That'd be brutal. I mean, it'd be like, because they probably don't have any like empathy.
No.
They probably don't have any sense of like.
Yeah.
They're
like animals.
They're animal. Yeah, exactly. That'd be crazy.
I'm not just saying that, like as a they're probably like they're literally a lower level of
right,
functioning.
Yeah.
They haven't developed their frontal lobes.
Their skulls literally look different.
Yeah.
Their structure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That would be crazy. I think maybe I wish that the world had taken a different turn. I don't know what. I find myself thinking about wanting to live in a past.
I was born in the wrong generation.
I don't like that. Not at all. When people say like I was born in the wrong generation, it's like 10 years, and they're like, I want to listen to the same music as everyone else was.
I listened to Pink Floyd and I listened to the Rolling Stones. I was born in the wrong generation.
Right, just like this generation sucks. It has all the wrong ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Like I wish I was born in a different era, like a different period. Not really, but sometimes I think about it, and I'm like, you know what? It would be neat to live in like medieval times.
Yeah. It'd probably suck, but that's all you'd know.
It'd suck, but
just to see what it was like.
Just to see what it was like.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just to have that experience.
Would it?
You think eventually?
It suck, though, if you didn't have anything better to compare it to? It would just be, here we are.
I suppose it'd be just here we are.
Yeah.
But I mean, if it was like time travel, I don't think is time travel possible?
No way.
Because you have to think, like, things have already happened. Time isn't something that is being preserved.
No.
Like
it's we
not
artificially preserve it with like writings and stuff like that.
Right.
And oftentimes
so
not even right.
Yeah, so what is that? I mean, what is that? Even if we have writings and stuff, we're not going to, if we generate an idea of what history was like, and then we put ourselves into that time, it's not going to be accurate.
And it's that old paradox where it's like, if you were to go back in time and kill your grandfather, your great-grandfather, whatever, then how could you have been born to go back in time and kill your grandfather?
I think time travel is a no-go.
Yeah, and I also saw another thing where it was like, it was actually a comic where it said, I finally invented time travel, and he time travels back, but the Earth was in a different spot. and he just moved back to that time period, but he just stayed in space in that one spot. You know?
Yeah.
If you understand what I'm saying.
Right. It's one tough cookie. I think the closest thing we would get is a simulation. I'm hoping that in our lifetime, VR gets.
Oh, it will.
Gets pretty advanced.
Definitely. If it's this, because the way that how fast technology advances now, like just 100 years ago, people were pooping out in sheds. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, in 100 years, we'll probably live to be 100. That's what people are speculating.
So you think by the time we get...
Well, by then we'll be too old and we'll be like, these kids and their virtual realities.
I really hope that it gets here ASAP, because I would love to...
I'm guessing next 20 years. It'll be very developed.
Give that a operational definition. Very developed. Okay. Give me some...
I think
give me some aspects of VR.
Okay. Within 20 years, we will be able to live in a generated world, right? Mm. And then within, I say, 50, 60 years, we'll be able to pause our worlds and enter into our subconscious into a new world. And then, okay, maybe this is all speculative. I'm not saying this is real, right? And then that enters the thing like, what's the real world now?
Mm.
You know?
Okay.
But within the next 20 years, there will be a world that we can go into. Not with our minds, like time will still happen, but we can experience a new world.
Okay.
You know?
What do you think as far as technology attaching to senses? How much are we going to be able to experience in a simulated world?
I'm thinking it's just going to be sight and sound. In the next 20 years.
You'd think that with you'd have to program senses, and that'd be a base step.
Yeah.
But you'd think that there's some way. I mean, we've learned about this in psychology. They know where everything.
Pretty much, yeah.
They know where everything's. When
you touch this,
when you're touching thing, they know exactly where in the brain.
If you zap this part of the brain,
the neurons are firing.
Yeah.
They know where that's happening.
Yeah.
So you think that there's going to be an implant that is wired. You know what a cochlear implant is?
It's what to hear. Is that what it is?
Yeah, but I think a cochlear implant is you get it you have it.
This guy I worked with had one.
You get it implanted.
Yeah.
Into the side of your head, and it goes in through your cochlea, into and stimulates the
hearing
hairs. The hairs in that little snail-shaped thing.
Yeah.
That's like that kind of thing could happen with an implant, or maybe multiple implants in the brain that have wiring to specific places related to touch, smell, taste, and then you have your hearing and your sight, and it connects, and so maybe you port in, and then all of your other senses are shut off, and what's firing is only the places that you've been programmed, that are programmed. So it's like world. The only it's only firing, and you're only receiving input from the world that had been programmed. Okay. So that's my prediction for how things would happen. Let's say 20 years. I don't know if the thing is how do you figure out what something smells like?
Yeah.
You program. It's like how do you describe the color blue to somebody?
Yeah, it's blue.
Right. If you don't, but there's no where. To someone who's been blind, not someone who
is blind their whole life.
Yeah, someone who's blind the whole life. How do you describe to them what color's blue? That's the thing. When you're programming smell, taste, mm-hmm. How would you do that when you want it to?
Someone smarter than us will figure it out.
Are you right? Are you able to pull information? Are you able to download information from somebody's brain?
Ooh,
then plug it in as you're programming it. So you say, this person knows, I don't have to program it. This person already knows what X feels, tastes,
What if
smells
they go like this?
So
They
just
say,
plug it back in.
So they're like, all right, time to program what pizza tastes like.
Mm-hmm.
They have a guy plugged into this thing, have him eat pizza, and whenever things
You
that
capture
fire
it?
up, you capture whatever's being fired.
Maybe there's like imprints. A pizza leaves an imprint, and it takes that pattern, boom, loads it in. Something like that. As far as time goes, I don't know. I don't have a grasp of how fast technology is advancing.
And that's even if VR remains the zeitgeist. Like, it could be something totally different that video games and move on to.
What have they got to so far? They've gotten to movement, because they're selling like treadmills. You're on a kind of a concave up dome.
Yeah.
That's essentially a treadmill, so you can actually turn and run and walk and crouch in a VR game, and that's what happens in the game. So you have movement down to some degree. So, but you have to physically be moving.
Yeah.
Far enough in the future, I think what we're thinking about is more of you port in, and your physical body is laying still, and your mind, like an REM, where your nervous system is going, and your physical body remains. That's what I'm thinking of more, long term.
Yeah.
That would be preferable. Maybe they'll find a way. There's probably some merit in looking into how REM sleep could relate to VR.
Yeah, definitely. The problem is that REM doesn't last very long, though, right?
No, but somehow capturing the state, and then altering what the person is thinking about.
DMT.
Dreaming about. Okay, so drugs.
Yeah, I watched Joe Rogan. What about it?
Gosh. Joey.
Diaz.
All right, but I'm interested. I'm excited. I'm excited about the future of VR.
Yeah,
do you think if there's a game?
I've only tried VR once.
I've never tried VR.
It gave me a headache.
Really?
Yeah, but it wasn't a VR game. It was, so, I think she's my second cousin or something. Her boyfriend works for Oculus Rift. I don't know if they're still together or not. It was like 4 years ago. So it was at Thanksgiving, and he brought his little testing kit that he was making a VR commercial for Toyota. And then you were like in the truck, and there were horses all around you, and you were looking around, and you could see all sorts of stuff.
Well,
but
okay, so like 360. They have YouTube videos that are like that.
So it was basically like that. I've never played a game though.
The Oculus Rift is $400.
Oh my goodness. Do you need a computer to play with that?
It looks like there's two options.
No PC.
Oculus Quest, no PC, no wires, no limits. Oculus Rift S, VR gaming, PC power. This is interesting. Do you think you would ever buy a Oculus Rift?
If it gets under $250, I think I would.
Yeah, I think I would too.
If it gets to $200, I think I would.
Yeah, it looks like both options are $400.
All right. I say that was a good talk.
Yep. All right. Well, we will thank you for listening in once again to the B&E Podcast. This was episode 8.
Very informative.
Very informative. Thank you for listening to our new educationally branded podcast.
And with that, I will leave you with one last short sentence. Boom, said the bomb very loudly.
We'll see you next time.
All right.